Everyone, I hope you're well. Happy Saturday if you are in Australia or New Zealand. Happy Friday afternoon or evening if you are in the USA and Canada. And happy very late night if you are in the UK. We're just going to give everyone a chance to drop in, guys, and then we'll get straight to our second Zoom meeting of the month. This is exciting that we're not doing just one a month now, we're doing four a month. And we've got some more exciting news for you about that's going to change again in the new year to possibly two calls a week, which is exciting news. And we've got some new coaches joining us online. Right, I think we've got most of everyone in. Now, obviously, for anyone who is missing today's meeting, lucky you'll be watching this back on the recording as you speak. So we've got a couple of areas that we're going to discuss first. But for those guys that haven't been on the last meeting, this coaching calls are for you to ask questions. The coaching calls are for you to tell me if you're having problems with the program, maybe you're struggling with certain elements, maybe you've got issues at your club, or even if you want to tell us some of your success stories as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk for the first 10 minutes. I've got a couple of questions to go through and a couple of topics. So whilst I'm talking, guys, if anyone has got any questions or any problems that you want answering, please drop them in the chat and I'll get you to come on the screen and you can tell us a little bit about what you've got going on and what you need help with. So a big thank you for everyone who's joining us today. I can see we've got Gavon, Leon, Gabrielle. So big thank you guys for everyone who's joined us. So first things first, one of the questions that we got, and I'm just going to share my screen and I will pull up our school platform. And we got a couple of good questions within the school platform from a couple of people who can't join us today. And I will just pull up some of these questions and I'll get through the answers for you as best as we can. Okay, so the first one we've got from Daniel, and it's please explain Australia's new BYDL program, the differences from the old AYL, and is playing up in Div 1 better than this new program. So look, I'll be honest, these programs have been renamed. I've been in Australia on and off for 19 years. They've been renamed about 10 times in the 19 years I've been here. I don't look at what a league is called, whether you're in the US or you're in Australia. I look at a couple of other things, guys, and you should know this enough now. For those guys who've been on the program, it's about how many hours you're doing. It's about quality over quantity. And it's about ensuring that you're in an environment where you believe, or your mum and dad believe, that you've got a really, really progressive coach. I would not get caught up with BYDLs, AYLs, SAP, MPL, Championship, A-League, MLS Futures. I wouldn't get caught up in any of it. What I would do is I would go back to the drawing board. We've spoken about this a million times. If we go to classroom, and then if we go to section 12 here, how many hours a week? Watch this. Pin your hours down, map your hours out based on your age, and reflect on your hours. Be really, really honest with yourself. Are the hours that I'm doing quality? So remember, if we're talking about quality, we're talking about how many touches of the ball are you getting in 1 hour? We're talking about the quality of the players around you. Are the players around you stronger, fitter, faster, technically better? If the answer is no to that, and you're the strongest player or one of the strongest players, that's a worry for me. So I wouldn't get too caught up in all of these leagues and they give them different names and titles. I think it just justifies them to be charging $3, $4, $5,000 for you to play your soccer or football for the season or for the year. What I would be looking at is your hours, and I would be looking at, is it quality or is it quantity? And they're the alarm bells that should be ringing. So hopefully that answers that question that we got. It was a great question, and it comes up quite a bit. I'll just see if we've got any more questions in here. We've had a couple of questions with the tours, guys. So I've just put an update on this morning. All of the tour information, including confirmed dates for the trials and tour, and also we're going to be speaking to you about where we're going to be first, where we're going to be on day 2, 3. All of that's locked down and sealed, flights, accommodation. So we're going to share some of that with you on or before Wednesday next week. So there'll be an update sent out within the school community under trials and tours, but also you will get an email off Shelley and off Jen as well. And just remember, guys, I don't mind you dropping in questions in here about the trials and tours, but when we're on these meetings, these are solely for the Triple P program, and we're trying to get through that. But a big thank you for those questions, and yeah, we'll have all of that to you on or before Wednesday. So I don't think there's any more questions in that one. I'm just going to have a look just to see if we've got any more questions. Now, one of the other things I will speak about is the audio book. I'm not sure if you're seeing this, guys, but I've literally just come out of the studio this week. So we've managed to record the book. So one of the big things that I'm a big fan of, I love listening to audio books, but I'm not a big fan of reading books. My ability to stay awake when I read a book is really hard. I actually would read 2 to 3 pages in, no matter the time of day or night, and I'll fall asleep. But listening to audio books when I'm in the car, when I'm on the way to training, if I'm at home, if I'm doing chores, if I'm walking the dogs, all these different things, guys, the audio book's the way to go. So if we come into classroom and if we go to number 1, the book, you'll notice it now says audio and ebook. If you click in there, you'll notice we've got the ebook, which you can still download. And again, if you want to share this with friends and family, I'm happy for you to do so, because the more people who understand what it takes to make it, the better. The next section down is the audio book. So you'll notice it's split into what we call bite-sized chunks. And the reason why I've done this is to make it nice and easy for everyone to understand and to follow through. So you need to click on, and when you click on each one, it will then play in the audio. Also, I believe you can download the chapters as well. So if you click in here, and I'll just hit pause so it doesn't play, you'll notice you've got a little option at the top right. You can download these files as MP3s, and I'm happy for you guys to share these as well. So if you want to download it to your device and take it with you, if you don't have internet connection, or maybe you're going on a flight or you're going away for Christmas and you want to download it all, I'm happy for you to share that, guys. Again, I'm making it free for everyone inside school and the Pro Player Pathway program, because I want you guys to get ahead on everyone else. So that is a little bit about the audio book. So hopefully you guys make the most of that. And then the next one I've got another question that come in, and I'm just going to read it out. So I've been looking into long-term academies and camps with schools overseas. Does anyone have any knowledge about these? And what's your advice and knowledge around these? So this is a great question. And I'm just trying to see who sent me this question. Let's see if I can find it from. All right, this one was from Seb, from Sebastian. So this is a great one. Thanks, Seb. So, yes, we do have contacts and connections currently with full-time academies, private academies. Do I recommend all of them? No. What we done was about 3, 4 years ago, myself and the team, we went to the UK, we went to Europe, to Spain, to France, and we looked at all of the different private academies, as many as we could. And we actually discovered 2 that we really liked for many reasons. And some of the reasons why we liked them is, one, they have a direct in to the pro club still. And also one of the big ones that we work with, and you've probably seen us mention a little bit, is the Steven Gerrard Academy. Because not only do they work in with a lot of the pro clubs, and if anyone listens to the new audio book, you'll listen and hear me talk about the connection with the players who've been at SGA and have had success stories. There's been many. We even had one player who was at SGA at the private academy who then went on to play for Wrexham, and everyone knows who Wrexham are due to the success of the Netflix show, and that was Paul Mullins, the striker. So there's been a lot of success stories. Also, one of our team members, my COO Shelley, she's now based in Liverpool in the UK, and she's working closely with us, with our partners over there, to help us with the likes of the trials, the tours, but also setting up those international connections with SGA, but also with our partners, Paris Saint-Germain in France, and also with our guys in Barcelona in Spain as well. So, Seb, it's a great question. The best thing to do is message me within school community again if you're watching this recording back. And if you're not watching this recording back, I'll leave you a little comment hopefully in here if it'll allow me to in a moment. And you can drop me a message to talk a little bit more. And a lot of this all comes back to your trials and tours as well, but also a lot of it comes back to whether you've been following your objectives. So hopefully you see this message, and I'll drop it in for you. Now I'm going to get to the questions within the chat, guys. So hopefully you've been dropping in some questions within Zoom for me. So I'm just gonna stop the share for now, and we'll pull it back to this screen. I'm just gonna start working through the chat a little bit. So remember, guys, this is all about you. So this is a coaching hour where you can ask me anything relating to your Triple P program, or if you're not on the full-time program, if you're interested to join, I can give you the information on how you can get on board and join us on the program. So does messing around with my brother and sister doing 1 versus 1 count as part of my hours, Leon? Yes, 100%. It does. It's street football. It's, yard football. But what I would say is if you just go in the yard for 5 minutes, that doesn't count. But I know when I look back to when I was younger and when I was growing up in Anfield in Liverpool, I would play in the street with my brother, no exaggeration, for 3 or 4 hours straight of an evening. So if you're out there with your siblings, I would say anything over 30 minutes is definitely worth recording down. And especially with your siblings as well. The good thing about this is the chances are you've got one ball and there's only 2 or maybe 3 of you, which means you're going to have lots of touches of the ball, and actually playing street football or yard football or messing around, as you call it, with your siblings is probably more quality than what some of you get at clubland working with your club football or soccer teams. So that's a great one. That's a great question. Does playing ping pong count as non-soccer activity? Again, yeah, it does. As long as it's more than, say, 30 minutes, it's worth recording. And then, yeah, 100%, it definitely goes towards that. Guys, if you don't have your sounds muted, can you make sure everyone's got your sound muted? I'm just getting a little bit of sound back off someone. So if you can make sure your sound's muted, guys, that would be much appreciated. Okay, next question. What are the rough dates for the program? Okay. I'm not too sure what you mean. What are the rough dates for the program? So can you rephrase that? Do you mean the Triple P program, or are you on about, do you mean the Triple P the trials or tour? So if you can tell us what you mean on that one, and I'll come back to it. Okay, great one. So Leon Johnson, have we got you here, Leon? Can you unmute yourself and can you tell us your question that you've got and what you're struggling with?
I was just wondering, it's Elijah, so here. I was
Hey,
just wondering,
Elijah.
hi Ray. I was just wondering if like moving on to the next objective was okay because I haven't been able to complete 3 in a row yet, and it's been like over a year. So I was
Yeah.
wondering if moving on to the next objective was okay.
So which one are you currently on at the moment, Elijah?
Scanning.
Scanning. Yeah. So 100%. We did cover this last week. Just remind me again, Elijah, where are you based? You're in the US, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might have missed the call last week, but we spoke about this last week. So what we're saying is, if you're on the same objective and you've been on it for 3 to 6 months and you're struggling to crack it, that's completely fine. Move on to the next one. Give your next one, sort of 12 to 18 weeks again. See how you
Mm.
progress with that. If you complete that one, great, then move to the next one again. And then keep
Okay.
cycling back through. Because what we don't want you to think is we don't want you to think that you've got to get scanning right before you can go to your next one. We don't want you also to get bored and it's monotonous. So that is a great question, Elijah. So yeah, definitely move on to your next one. Have a look at what it is in your list, and then come back to scanning later and work through your next 2 or 3 objectives until you go back to scanning. If you've only got one to go, out of interest, how many objectives have you got to go?
This is my first one.
This is your first one. That's cool. So yeah, give the others a go and see how you go. And just make sure you've got a track of. So do you know what your percentage is, your best percentage you've got so far with scanning?
100.
So what? Oh, so you have got 100%,
Yeah.
but you
It's
just
been,
haven't been.
I haven't been able to get 3 in a row yet.
Okay. So have you managed to get 2 in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just the third one that's letting you down.
Mm.
That's okay. That's cool. Look, that's really, really good. And that's what we want you to do is we want you to move on to those next ones and give them a go. Out of interest though, Elijah, how have you found it since you've obviously got better at scanning. Have you found it's improved your game in any way?
Well, my dad tells me it does improve, and I see it improves myself as well. So, yeah. Every time I get the ball, if I don't scan, I normally lose it. But if I do scan, I'm able to control it and then play it off.
Yeah, that's so good. That's really, really, really good. And do you guys close down for the winter with the winter coming through, or do you keep playing through?
We have a winter indoors.
You
So
have
technically,
indoors.
yeah.
Very good. Very good. Have you got any other questions for me, Elijah?
Uh, I think I have a few more. Um, so the links are still broken for the turns and dribbles, and I wasn't able to access that recently. Do you know when it's going to be fixed?
Yeah, it is going to be fixed, and I did promise it last week, but we've had issues because we've merged 2 of our new websites, and this is on me. It's my fault because I wanted to make the big changes. So what we're going to do is by today, I'll actually put the links in that work directly to the YouTube links as a sort of a workaround, and the new documents also. One of the problems we had is the document run out in June of this year, and we've been getting that updated, but we're actually releasing a bigger, better, more interactive document for you for the blueprint. So I appreciate your patience. So I'll share the links so you can access the videos for now. But the new documents and the new links will all be working, fingers crossed, by Friday next week.
Okay, thank you. And one last question.
Yeah.
And then one last question. Uh, from the competition, the Ange, you said someone would the best comment would win a prize. I was just wondering what that prize was.
Which one was that? Which question, Elijah?
From the Ange challenge, why did Ange get sacked?
Yeah. I'm going to let you know at the end of this call. Do you think you might have won it?
Oh, you said it in there that I won, so yeah, pretty much.
I'll tell you what it is while you're on with me, and I'll share it with everyone. But have you seen our new partner, Goats Elite?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll show everyone on the screen very quickly, and I'll show you
Okay.
exactly what you've won. So let me just share the screen with you. So if anyone has or hasn't seen it, but we've got our new website that we launched this week. So we've gone into helping players with our Goats Elite products, and our Goats Elite products are here to raise money. So we raise revenue through the products, but what we're doing is we're going to put the money back into the Triple P program. So our big vision is next year we're going to start announcing again, probably in the region of around 100 players who are going to get fully sponsored by us completely to be on the Triple P program. Also, there's going to be some players will get all of their trial and tour fees paid for by Goats Elite as well. So, Elijah, what you've actually won is, and I will show you exactly what you've won. You have won one of our ultimate combos on the screen here. Also, you have won one of our Breath Tech packs as well. And we're actually going to give you a 6 month supply, which is on there. These are very, very good for sleeping with. They're really good for training with as well. These are our latest technology. And the final thing that we've got for you as well, which I'll share with you, which I think you're going to love as well. And we've got a Premier League video coming out in the next couple of weeks. We've had a Premier League player review these for us, and you've also won a pair of our latest slides. And these have been, we've taken away a lot of the key designs from some of the big brands, but we've actually, worked out, and I'll actually show you what I've actually got on my feet at the moment. I'm actually wearing them at the moment, and they are the comfiest slides on the planet. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but they've actually been designed, the grooves have been designed to help your foot and your body and your calf recover. So these are actually recovery slides. So how does that sound, Elijah?
Mhm.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, thank you.
So what you need to do is, Elijah, if you or dad can drop me a message in school and just say, I won the GOATS prize, put your address or your postal address in for me, and I will get them shipped off today for you, and they will land within 5 to 7 days to the USA.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, mate. I'll put yourself back on mute if you want, and I'm just going to get to the next questions. Okay, next one is my heart rate monitor hasn't been connecting to my phone. How do I fix it? So with your heart rate monitor, the best thing to do is I take it, it's a Stat Sports one. If you go to the Stat Sports website, they've got an amazing support team. They've got offices in the UK, Europe, and the US, but also they have an office now, I believe, in Sydney, in Australia as well. So I would reach out to them and let them know the problems that you're having. But also, if you look on the Stat Sports help page, you'll also notice that there is problems that you might have with the GPS or the heart rate monitors, and it gives you fixes and workarounds if you're having problems. If you're having no luck with Stat Sports once you've reached out to them, you can email service@proplayerpathway.com, and we'll give you our direct contact at Stat Sports as well. But I'll be honest, the information on Stat Sports is unbelievable. Okay, the next one, the Triple P full-time trial in the UK. So I think the original question, what are the rough dates for the program? So again, all of that for the trials and tours, it gets given out on or before Wednesday of next week. We're just finalising one last piece. My team on the grounds in the UK are just speaking to 2 different groups and clubs in the UK on Monday, and then we're going to confirm everything up. So you'll get all of that. So if you're part of the trials or tour for April next year, it is April next year. And then our next one that we're going to be doing is January 2027. Also, we've had quite a few questions coming in as well. I will just share my screen again quickly. But we have had a lot of questions asking about the upcoming trials in Australia. So we have got trials, and I'm just going to share this with you again if you want to know how to find it. So if you go to the RaymondWood.com, which is my personal site, and we've got all of our trials on here. So when you go onto the RaymondWood.com, I think it's under latest news. Once it loads, my internet seems to be going slow today. If you go to latest news, and if you have a look here, you'll see all of the trial information is here. So we've got Sydney and Melbourne, I believe, is on the 6th and 7th of December. And then Brisbane is on, I think it's the 13th of December. Anyone is welcome to join us from the ages of 7 all the way through to 19 years of age. Also, we are going to be giving away, I'll just click on just to share it with you. We are going to be giving away an all expenses paid trip worth $10,000. So if you're interested to come along or to sign up, you can jump on our trial sign up page. It is only, I believe it's $99 to sign up. But on top of that, for the $99, you will actually get one of these ultimate packs from Goats as well. So you're going to get a pair of shin guards, a couple of pairs of socks, and you'll already have access to the book as well. So that's going to be a great thing, guys, for anyone who wants to come and join us. So thank you for that one. I will, Abby, how do we get these? So, Abby, I'm not sure what it is you're after, but if you just want to explain it a bit more in the question, what it is you want to get. And if you mean the goats products, apologies, I didn't actually share the web address, but what I will do is I will drop it in for everyone, but it's goatselite.com. Now, also for all of our players, I will give you a code as well. So if you put in the code welcome10 on the Goats website, it will give you 10 US dollars off any purchase, which is about $15, $16 off off your total price. And yeah, so that's a great one that we've got on there for you. So if you wanted to use that welcome 10 code, you can, and it will take you 15, 16 Australian dollars off any order, and it'll take 10 US dollars off any order. Also, you'll notice when you go onto the Goats Elite, whether you're based in the US, Australia, whatever country you're in, it actually automatically goes into your currency. So the prices that you see, you might be wondering if you're in these US prices. No, it's actually set to your country. So as long as you're not using a VPN connected to another country, it'll actually show it in your country's currency. So that's a great one. I did just see another one around the December camp still going ahead. We are going to give you the full information, details, dates, times on Monday before 6 p.m. on Monday for the December as well. So apologies for that one. I did just miss that question. Now, have we got any more questions from anyone, guys? Because I'm not seeing any more questions in here. And we've still got at least about 20 to 25 minutes to go. So if anyone's got any questions, guys, if you've got any concerns, if you need help with something, we've already had Elijah on with some great questions. So if anyone's got anything whatsoever, guys, drop it in the chat for me. I'm going to be here, but if we don't get any questions in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I will just end the call. But I don't want to do that. I want to be online for the 1 hour, which is. So if anyone's got a question, please drop it in the chat for me. Or if you want to unmute yourself and come on the screen and ask me a question. My only question is, my boys really did not make any progress with the program. Can they still go to trials? Yeah, so look, what we've done is with the trials and tours in April for next year, we've still had players who were going to come with us on our September tour that's just passed us by. And they were originally coming on a tour, not trials. So we've got a mixed group coming with us in April, where we've got players who are on the Triple P program, who followed the program, who followed the objectives, and they're going to be going on what we call proper trials, and they're going to be getting looked at. And I'm going to be looking at them as a player, as a coach, as an agent, and we'll have people looking at them as well. We do have a group who are traveling with us within that group who are coming in on the premise of they're coming on a tour. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, if anyone comes on the tour and they do really, really well whilst they're there, of course, they're still going to get looked at. But there's going to be some specific openings up for the guys on trials. So can you still join us for the trials and sign up and come along? We can still facilitate that. I believe we do have a couple of places still available. But it's on the understanding that if you've not done your objectives, if you've not logged your GPS results, then it's going to be difficult to guarantee that you're going to get any sort of outcome at the end of the 2 weeks, in a sense of you may get an opportunity to come back and to trial with other bigger clubs or full-time academy and stuff like that. But 100% you can, you can still join us. We understand as well, we know a lot of families fall behind with things, a lot of things go on in people's lives, and I get it. I'm a full-time dad on my own with 2 daughters. Problems always come up, and we don't want to rule this away for anyone and let anyone miss out on opportunities. But one of the things we would say is you've got better chance of success if you're following the program, if you're doing the objectives, if you're doing the GPS data tracking, if you're following your nutrition, your DNA, and you're coming online and following the calls, you're following the programs. So that was a great question. Thank you for that one. So for the trials in December in Melbourne and Sydney and Brisbane, are you going to pick age groups or just one person? So we pick one person in each venue. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just on necessarily the strongest player on the day who scores the best score. It's about a couple of things. We handicap all of the scores. So if you're a 9-year-old boy or girl, and it's evident you're not going to be as strong as a 15-year-old boy or girl, then we can't hold that against you. So we've got a really clever way and system in handicapping our objective testing and trial system. But also what we look for, and I'll give you a big, big tip and a big clue on this. It's things like attitude on and off. It's little things like, believe it or not, we had one of our winners a couple of years ago. He got chosen as a winner, not because he was necessarily the best player, but because at the end of the first trial day, and we were in Perth, Australia, he come up to me and said, Coach Ray, can I help you pack away? I want to help you get some cones and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Then also, he was helping for the next 20 minutes. And it's those little things that make the difference. I'll give you a little bit of a clue as well. Like when I worked in the Premier League and I was at Leicester City, players were taught to walk up to coaches before every session, say hello, shake their hands, and ask if they needed anything before they started to prepare themselves, putting boots on and shin guards. And it was like a level of respect, but also it was a level of attitude on and off the pitch as well. And that's just one thing that we don't see enough of, not just in Australia, but in the USA. So it's a great question you've asked, but we will select one winner from Melbourne, one winner from Sydney, and one winner from Brisbane. So it's super exciting. We're going to be giving away 3 winners' prizes worth in excess of $30,000. So we're super looking forward to coming down. Okay, do we still have time for my boys to start for the April trials? Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, all you need to do is, Abby, just drop me a message in within school, do me a private message, and I'll refer you to the guys, and we'll have a look just to see if we've got enough places for you available to come. And then we'll confirm that. And then if that's the case, then we can send you all the links on how you can get registered and everything. Okay, thanks, Abby. That's great. Gav, hey Gav, I hope you're well, mate. It's been a while. Hi, Red. Been injured for the past 7 weeks with a deep glute strain. I've been in rehab. Is it worth me coming to Brisbane trials in December? Yeah, 100%, Gav. 100%. Like we've still got probably 4 weeks away from December trials, and as you know, you've been to our trials before. They're going to be very similar to what you've seen in the past, but with a slight twist and change at the end. And I will have a chat with you when you come to the trials in Brisbane about where you're up to with your post recovery. And there might be one or two elements I might ask you to sit out. So it might be potentially the 1v1s. Also, we're going to do small sided SSGs as well. But yeah, 100% Gav, definitely worth coming along. Be great to see you. And yeah, it'd be good to catch up. Guys, I haven't got any more questions in there. So either I've done a really, really good job, or some of you are not dropping your questions in. So, guys, please, I'm here for another 25 minutes if needed, guys, and I'll even happy to go over if we've got some really paramount questions or queries. So please turn your microphone off, ask me a question, drop it in the chat. Anything you've got, any problems or issues, and I've made a couple of notes as well about the links I'm going to share with you guys for the YouTube videos for the blueprint. That's going to get sorted, and I will make sure you all get them, and I'll share them back through to you in the chat here once I get off. Has anyone else got any questions? Anything you want to ask? Also, I think we're going to have a little bit of a competition today as well. So for the guys who are on with us, whilst we're waiting for some more development questions or triple P questions, I want you to tell me in 2 or 3 lines, and I'm going to give a GOAT prize away. I want you to tell me, was Ronaldo's red card a red card for Portugal a few days ago, if you've seen it? So the elbow incident. And I want you to type it in the group chat if you think it was. And I want you to give me the reason why you think it was. And if you don't think it was a red card, tell me the reason why. And in the next couple of minutes, I'll pick out the best answer. So while we're waiting for everyone to drop in a few more questions, I want you to put as an example, yeah, it was a red card because it was foul play and he's the most disgustingest player ever. And I love Lionel Messi. Okay, give me a reason why. Was it a red? Was it not a red? And tell me why. Don't just put, yeah, it was a red card, Abby. Give me a reason why or why it wasn't. And I'll see if I can pick someone out with the best answer. Also, once you've dropped in your answer, if you can come up with any more stuff you want me to help you with, I'd love to help you with it. And we'll give you all a few seconds to type them in. And we'll have a look and I'll pick the best one. I think for me personally, my personal opinion on it, he does lash out a little bit, but I think if a good referee is in charge of that game, he would have seen the 8 or 9 niggles that that particular player kept having a go at Ronaldo. And that player, for me, should have been booked twice and sent off. But also, I would have called Ronaldo and that player in. I would have booked both of the players, not just Ronaldo. And I would have said, next time we get one more incident, you're both getting sent off. For me, that would have shown a good level of maturity and good refereeing. But I think what we're seeing at the moment with the referees, and especially VAR, and I promise not to talk about the Liverpool goal at Manchester City last week, but some of the decisions in the refereeing is getting worse and worse. So I'm going to read some of these out. So Abby's give us, I watched the full game. It was violent conduct to hit someone with an elbow. I support Ronaldo. But it's a professional player. It's not good conduct. Yeah, I agree. Someone like Ronaldo shouldn't be doing that. But I think as well, in his defense, I think the referee should have protected him a bit more as well. We got one from Leon as well. I'm not seeing any more in there, guys. So while we wait for some of them to drop in, but again, guys, if anyone's got any more development questions, anything you want to ask me, anything you're struggling with, we had a great one from Elijah if you joined the call late. So if you get a chance to watch the recording back. But Elijah asked us, can we go past an objective if we're struggling to complete it? The answer is yes, we can. We got a great one from Gav. I think Ronaldo's red cards was fair because the elbow did catch the defender and the VAR usually upgrades that to a red. But at the same time, it did look a bit harsh since it didn't seem fully intentional. Overall, by the rules, it's a red, but in normal game flow, it could have easily been just a yellow. That's a good response. Any more questions, guys? Anyone want to ask anything? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everyone a chance who watches the recording back to put in some comments on the Ronaldo sending off, and then I'm going to collate all the answers, and I'll come back and let you know on Monday who has won the goats pack. Now, also, guys, just a reminder, we go every second Tuesday and every second Saturday. So we do have another call coming up on Tuesday. I'm hoping that we've got some more questions and more people will join in. But at the moment, we haven't got any more questions dropping in. So, guys, if there's no more questions in the chat in the next sort of 30 to 60 seconds, I'll let you get on with your Saturday morning. If you're in Australia, if you're in the USA or in North America, you can get on with your Friday night. Or if you're in the UK, you can go back to sleep because it's early hours of the morning there, 12:40 a.m. So, guys, I don't think we're going to get any more. So, big thank you for everyone. A few more in there. So, guys, just a reminder, we are back Tuesday. We're going to be back online Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Brisbane time. And is my background the Manchester City Stadium? No, it's Wembley Stadium. So a big thank you to Christine for getting that right, or Xavier. Yeah, it's actually Wembley Stadium. And I actually took this picture in April of this year when we were there on our tour. And it's one of my favourite pictures of the famous Wembley Way. These are the steps that you walk up to go into the phenomenal Wembley Stadium. It's if you've never been, guys, it's a place that everyone who'll be joining us in April on the Trials and Tour will get to visit. It's a phenomenal place, and the whole precinct around it, the direct links to pretty much every London club you can think of. From Wembley Stadium, you can pretty much get to every Premier League club, Chelsea. Yeah, all of that is really, really, really close. Okay, guys, I think that's everything. So look, I'm going to end the call. Again, we are back online 7 p.m. Brisbane time on Tuesday, which is 9 or 10 a.m. UK time, and middle of the night for the US. But don't forget the guys in North America, we are back again in 2 Saturdays time. So it's 4 calls a month, and a bit of exciting news coming up in January onwards. I've heard a little bit of a sneaky rumor we may be doing 2 coaching calls a week, which makes it even more better as we get more players joining us on the program. So big thanks, guys. Have a great weekend, whatever you're up to. And we'll drop this recording into the skill platform a little bit later on today. Thank you, everyone.